time for Leathered Podcast.
So, when I stayed in the flats, pure council flats, they were rough as fuck, right? Everybody was out their balconies. It was just, it's a done thing. Everybody was like drinking at the balconies. You had your neighbour for there, chucking their booze to them. Well, I wasn't. I was just away in the background with no pants on. So my mum and that used to drink all the time. Sometimes they would sit at the front where there were steps and everybody would just sit there and the rains would just fucking free for all. My mum and dad used to fight all the time, right, obviously. And the only thing I really got for my dad was his music taste, or like I liked what he liked because he always played it in the living room. They had one of the big CD players. I've told you this before anyway, but they were rioting one night, and I'm talking rioting. Shit off the wall, shit smashed. The balcony was open, fucking full stereo and speakers right off it, right? And my dad's going, Angie, fuck's sake, man, it's my good CDs and all. I'm just diving at the back door, they didn't even know, right? So I'm away doing pure like debris everywhere. Not feeling like a car crash. So there was 3 albums in it. The Presence in the United States, which had that Peaches song. James, the best of, just always. And What's the Story, Morning Glory.
3 good albums.
Exactly. So like I just took them into my room and then they never knew. I always played them and they thought they just lost it. And
they did lose them. They lost them.
They lose them for good.
So when you were singing that there, I was like, that just takes me back to my dad always listening and just I'm lying in bed and he's just in the living room just full of the bucky like
having a mad one.
Just singing a Peaches song. And there was another one called Kitty. It was like Kitty, stay outside. I don't know. The kitty's like purring up his leg, the full song. And then it's like he batters the car. I don't know if it's reference to a woman or a fanny or whatever. I think it's like Kitty, stay outside or something. But we'll have a listen earlier. It's funny, man. But I used to always hear my dad is shouting this Kitty song and then this Peaches song. So aye,
it's crazy. It's crazy what like songs bring up memories of your parents. I've got for me it's my dad singing Paul McCartney, Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. Anytime I hear it, I just think I hear my dad singing it out of tune, drunk, and it's like it's shit. But it's like anytime I hear it, I subliminally, you know, I think Emily does it.
Yeah. There was actually another album, sorry, Gomez, Liquid Skin, and that's why I said to Gary last week when we were doing the Highland fucking jump thing, Gomez are coming, so we're actually going to go and see them, and they're playing the Liquid Skin album.
It's at the church, isn't it? What's the
St. Luke's?
It's no, it's not St. Luke's. It's the other one. It's the one you go under. Ormore. That's where it is. What a venue!
It's popular in a way.
So my dad was a bit of a prick, but some of his music taste was alright, man.
Liked a wine and a song.
He liked Morrissey as well.
I like Morrissey, man. Who doesn't like Morrissey? Do you know?
And he liked, there was another guy, I can't remember what it is, but there was another guy he fucking loved. So his Christmas was always sorted because I knew who he liked, and I would just get him a wee album, a wee CD or something.
It was my Christmas dance. We were like maybe 4th year, and I was going to the Christmas dance, do a bit of the boogieing, right? And it was like one of the first few times we had got booze, and it was like straight vodka. We never mixed it with steaming half bottles right in the top. And I had bought my dad like the best of fucking Queen. And it was just before we were going out, I put on CD players back in, and we put on the CD player, me and my 2 mates, and we just get fucking pissed listening to Queen prior to going to the Christmas dance. Go to the Christmas dance and get rejected. No, you can't come in. Because you're fucked up. And it was like, she's actually drinking the vodka. It was like peer pressure. I was like, oh, you fucking man. It's like, why do people drink this?
It's the same with Jack Daniels and stuff like that. Mind that when you're like,
and you're trying to fit in. I know. It was like the first time you've had a pint. Like,
oh, tastes horrible. Your taste buds are no ready for like whiskey. 14, 15-year-old that's rotten, and you just fucking go with it anyway.
There's social norms in it.
There's a bit of pressure coming with old Christmas dances and school dances when it was like, you got to dance. You want to do that. What am I going to wear? Am I going to wear my papa's Ben Sherman shirt? I was
just going to say that you can only wear the Ben Sherman. Back in the day, that was all there was.
There was one year, I must have been like 5th year. I had been working, right, and went to Buttons. Classic. Everybody was wearing suits this year, and I was like, yeah. Buttons had a white pair of shoes I bought. They weren't white. They were like off white. They were like a creamy colour.
Ambitious.
I bought these, man, because the reason I bought them was because I was into the hives, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to stroll up to the dance floor. Everybody's going to go, who's that guy? And it's like just me,
guy,
fucking John Travolta. Hey!
And
Saturday Night Fever.
And did it go like that?
Did it fuck with my
That's a funny with the white shoes.
It was, I still had them, and I remember like Cheryl was like, "Why the fuck have you got white shoes?" And I was like, "Bang the day."
But you're a mem like with these shoes. If you're like, Dal had a pair of these shoes, you've got siblings you don't know about.
The fucking
Pretty much, me. I rocked these fucking slip-ons, but it was like Buttons was doing.
What did you
buy
wear
a suit?
though? Like what colour of suit was gone with the white?
I think it
You look
remember.
blue
It was
suit
like a
guy, a
pinstripe.
blue suit guy.
No, it was a
White
pin,
would-
it was,
I think
it was
it would.
definitely a pinstripe. But I bought this suit, and you get the shoes free. You could pick any shoes for the rack. Shoes free. The white ones. The white ones. There was loads. There was black. There was like guys bought black ones, wore them to school like the next couple of months. Nah, I want the white ones. Can I have the white?
that I'll
And,
never have any use for ever again.
unless I'm dressing up as the hives. But
Do you think you've still got them somewhere in the cupboard?
no, I definitely
didn't?
didn't. Like she made me get shorty. They're like, why the fuck have you got white shoes?
They've got
I'm
to
like,
go.
just
How
in
many
case
times
shit's
did you
about
wear
to
them?
go down.
Did you rock them wearing bands?
I definitely did. I wore them to my sister's engagement party, and that was the only other time I wore them.
Any photos of these?
The white shoes.
I'd love to bring a photo up on screen for everybody to see.
Oh, it would be like, listen.
was it? The
See
toast
what I think
curl
about
and all.
it. See what I think about it. The sole was brown, the top was white, and I did a suit. And the guy in the shop in Buttons was not giving a fuck. What he was selling me, yeah, mate, you look cool. I'm like, you're fucking right, I look cool.
Come on, man. Like 4 zebras died making these fucking shoes.
Oh, mate, I thought it was a fucking Dogs Bill Eric's, man. But I remember, like, that same year, like, with the suit, you know, I had the vodka still in the top burner. I had to get to Gary Thompson, and I was like, man, I can't drink that shit. It's like burning in the way down.
Used to fill the bottle back up as well. I mean, just because it would have been your old man's. Was that what you were doing? Stealing
No.
his?
We managed to get. I don't know who bought it.
somebody
In fact,
bought it.
like, somebody actually bought it. So we ended up like 3 half bottles, and we were like necking it. And this was the time where like gel and like comb overs were just coming in,
Aye.
and everybody had like these slicked fucking gel comb overs.
No, for me.
Not for me either. I think
You had a bit of hair back in the day.
When I was a younger guy, aye, for
it
sure.
definitely wasn't black.
No, definitely was the black. But I started going with the fucking 4 on the top and the 1 on the back and sides fairly young, about 20. I started with
I
that.
remember going to the hairdressers and asking for the same haircut as my dad, and the hairdresser looks at my mum and's like, "What kid's it? What's his hair like?" And he goes, "He's got a receding hairline." Little did I know I'd catch that fucking in my 20s. But my dad had like these 2 like spots here, so it was like his hairline went like this,
Aye, mate, that's what mine started
and I
doing.
was like, "Can I get a haircut like my dad?" And the woman's like, "What's his like?" And he's like,
Hellboy.
my mom's like, he's got a receding hairline." Imagine the woman just cut out of my fucking nap.
Imagine asking for your dad's haircut. He wasn't even there.
I always thought my dad was cool.
Assuming they would know who your dad is, that would.
I took my son for a 4 on the top and a 1 round the back and side. She never spoke to me for 3 days. She was like, "Why would you do that to him?"
Does your son still think you're cool?
He knows I'm cool.
There's a point, but
Aye, for sure.
there's a tipping point.
For sure.
We all felt it. There was a point where it's like, my dad's cool, man. My dad would battle your dad. And then there's a point where it's like, he's tragic.
I know. That's definitely not cool, man.
But there was a point where you thought he was cool.
I think back in the day, you used to look like a guy out Hanson. See when
Bop.
see when they like the blonde locks and all that. My gran used to show me, "That's your dad." I was like, "That's not bad there looking, man." Like, the fuck did I end up with my mom?
Big curtains.
My gran hated my mom.
Your gran hated your mum.
Aye, she
My nana
hated
hated my mum.
It must
too.
must be an old school
Aye.
thing.
Aye.
Stealing my boy off me.
That was
That's
it.
it.
And my mom used to call her Scary Mary. My gran was vicious, man.
That's what I call my mother-in-law.
So when she had the Glens vodka in her, my gran was vicious,
Listen,
man.
that Saturday night, Friday and Saturday, they used to I used to go around and stay every once in a while because they had half decent telly. They had like Sky. My uncle still stayed in the house, and they would get a bottle, a roll of vodka, and a glass bottle, Diet Iron Brew, because my gran had diabetes.
My papa drank that Diane Brew.
And it was fucking disgusting. And then the next morning, "You want some Iron Brew, son?" And he would give you like this, like, because it was all flat and shit, because they opened it all night. I was fucking ruthless, man. And my my gran used to buy these like they were only farm foods, they were, it must have been like Lidl or something like that. It was like cornflakes. They were like the worst in the world, man. And she would, you want some cornflakes? She also used to not buy normal milk. She would buy the UHT shit that would sit out in the worktop, and I would have like cereal with room temperature milk and this flat iron brew for my breakfast.
And you had to act grateful you had it too.
But the Saturday night or the Friday night when you stayed there, the van used to stop right outside the house. And then you would go,
give you the purse.
She would give you'd get a couple of golden nuggets, and away you'd go. I'll have this, I'll have that. And then a couple of days later, she would then give you a phone and ask you if you wanted the glass checks. You want these glass checks, son? They're Rammies. I'd go in there like fucking Hector Spectre.
Did you ever take your own ball out to the ice cream van?
Bolt, aye.
You would take it.
That was
That's not a thing.
Give me 2 scoops.
I've never saw that for ages now.
Give me 2 scoops.
Aye, but it was a thing. You would do
I know, I was just thinking
2
it.
scoops and some sauce. Aye, that was a thing.
Yeah, it stops right outside my house too, but I can't think of a time I've ever seen kids doing that. And there's fucking my streets full of wee ones, and none of them probably do it. Oh.
Maybe my gran was just eco-friendly before it was the time.
Aye.
She's still fucking going, man. Pickled herself with the old fucking roll-off. Good on her, man.
My nana
Smokes.
Your gran still going?
Aye.
What age is
Smokes
she?
like fuck. I think she's in her like late 80s.
Aye.
Good.
Smokes like fuck. Drinks. Like fucking power to you, man.
Oh, my
We don't
nana
make 'em
drunk
like that
every day of
anymore.
her life. Every day of her life.
But then see behind every woman, like strong woman, there's a guy that dies early.
Aye.
There's a papa that's just fucking rode into death.
There's a 20 deck.
He went 15 years ago because he just couldn't take it anymore. Eh?
He's
Just
like,
moaned
fuck
into
this
the
shit,
grave.
man.
I'm out.
He's like, cancer, fucking give me that.
See my gran's chair, she had like a single chair. My papa had like the couch. But her side, see that her arm was just fag burns everywhere in this leather couch. 'Cause
Falling
she
asleep?
Fell asleep with that. Like she smoked, just chain smoked all day, every day. But I don't know how she didn't burn the fucking house down, man. Oh, just holes everywhere. They kept having to get new sweets and all that, new leather couches. Leather, man.
It's wild, isn't it?
I mean, one of my nana's neighbours, he fell asleep with the fag in the mouth, fucking set fire to the bed and died. Like,
She
I think
went,
it
she used to
be a
fall
thing.
asleep. It's got to sound terrible, but inside her chair was where her purse was.
Oh, you should go in there.
I was a dipper, mate. I was a dipper for the Tarry van, mate. Like a wee fiver.
I wasn't a dipper with the old gran because she always fucking, she used to phone, like, she literally stayed like, I'm saying like 50 yards away from the shop, but she'd phone you, send Paul round to go to and get my messages, so I'd go round and then
You
she'd
get rewarded for it.
I should give you like a wee fucking 20p, then went up to 50p, inflation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I used to steal a fiver for Fitbit stickers and all.
Oh, fucking, not even going for the nuggets, man, right in there for the notes.
25p a packet.
We like
back in the day.
the sound that jingles, but we prefer if it folds. But she used to like, we just wake up out of trance and like, Christopher, I'm in the room, like playing me whatever, my dick probably, and come put Doris Day on for me. I'm like, all right. It was this recorded version, got VHS, and it was just Calamity Jane. Like, is that right?
Yeah.
Aye. Every day. Every fucking day. I knew it word per word. And then I'm like, am I back at the room? No, sit with me and watch it. I'm like, great. And then it was like Daniel Donald CDs on right after it. So it was a party basically. My papa would come back steaming. And then she would just leather him with her walking stick and that. It was mental, man.
And he just take it too. That's all right.
No,
You'd
like,
have to take it.
Aye, no bother.
I'd
But
try and kiss her, not see if she barking. I'm like, mate, I feel like diffuse the bomb.
That's the way though,
He could
eh?
out slinging dick up the pub.
back when you couldn't get caught before social media. What a time when they lived in, eh?
My papa was definitely a slinger, man.
Aye.
Sometimes I would go to the pub with him, just sit at the bar with him.
All the deals would be up there.
Aye. Silver tongue fox.
John,
man.
how you doing? How you doing?
Wine liners, buying them all drinks, and I'm like, you're a fucking dog.
Good on
Give me
him.
some. Give me some.
Old school city boy.
Bad man.
Miss that guy.
Real bad man.
I miss that guy, man.
Ah man, it's
It's
brutal, eh?
what a time you grew up in, the 90s. See me think about like how far we've came.
Last group, eh?
Like 2001, I seen somebody had posted yesterday, like they shared this post. 2001, they were getting excited about phones with cameras. 2001. Like we grew up with no phones. We grew up with no fucking instant pictures, man.
I got a phone for going to high school. That was my dad was like, you're roundabout. Can I really need to be knowing where you are? So I'll get you a phone. But before that, it was just like street lights come on head for him.
Aye.
That's what it was.
Aye, it was 90s,
It's
man.
wild when you think of it. Like, I'd never do that with my kids now.
I know, a different world living.
Me and Jamie were actually talking about that day, like, because folk are air tagging their wins.
Aye.
So they know where they are.
Do you do it too? Do you do that? I do
So
it.
I had an ear tag for going on holiday for the youngest.
What's this? Explain.
It's like an apple little circle, and you just put it in.
Put it in where?
Like
Their bag or whatever. Just to know where they are.
So you're a chip, man?
No, it's like a keychain.
Does she know it? She should know
My
about
son,
it?
my son knows
Right,
that.
okay.
Yeah. It's no, no, I'm not that fucking. I'm no secret about it. I think I just tell him.
There was something that happened in nightclubs. Guys were putting it in their bag for birds.
Oh, so that's a kind of old one where they, like, if you see a boy with a wad of money and stuff like that. So it used to be, say guys would come up to the searching table, and you always get one or two do this. It's very uncommon now, but it used to be quite. You used to see it more. They'll take out like a wad of money and put it down, as if it's fucking, look, I'm out here with plenty of money tonight, and then sure enough, that boy gets his fucking head booted in later on. And
You're just like, right, I'm got to watch you now.
loads of times I used to say that to guys, like, don't fucking do that again, my man, you'll get fucked up.
Just give me out the nuke, 'cause I'm
I
going
know.
to take it off you. Pick up later.
Somebody's going to appear and fucking do you in and take that off you, and sure enough, it used to happen. But that was a thing. I used to get at the casino a bit as well. So boys watching like steaming cunts won a bit of money. I might have happened to like this Turkish guy one night, bevied, fucking big wad of money, walking home for the casino. Boom, somebody just took it.
Opportunities.
It's going to happen.
Hey,
But,
do you know, if you can't fight, then I'm going to take what you want.
Could always hit you in the back of the head when you're steaming, aye. That'll work. But aye, what else has been going on? How's your
Do
training,
you want,
Chris?
you want to hear a funny story I was told?
Go on.
I was told last week, but I forgot to say it. Absolutely hilarious, right? I can't even tell you the guy's name. It's too funny. I'll tell you after it.
Do we know him?
You know him. We know him well. We know him well. So he's been on the old Tinder, and he get in touch with this girl, and this girl he ended up going out where having a few drinks where it's coming to the end of the night. The female says, "Would you like to come back to my house?" And he
Just
goes,
for a tea?
He's like, "Aye, aye." And she's like, "Listen, I've got a bag." And he goes, "Listen, I don't take drugs, but I'm happy if you take them." She goes, "No, I've got a colostomy bag."
Got to be nickel and dime bag.
Right. So he's like, he shows me a picture, and I'm like, I don't know about that. So he goes back, and he's
It's late now anyway.
he's muffing her, right? He's going downtown, he's chowing, he's having a wee bit of fun. The bag, she's holding the bag up, but it drops, and it hits him in the face.
Just a bag.
Aye, but the bag never had anything in it. She'd emptied it. It wasn't like it full of shit and it just running down his face, right? But it was just that, like, she was holding it, like, as if to try and hide it, and then it slapped him in the face.
Like a scrope bag.
Like, he's like, I didn't even break a stride. A
professional.
So, like,
Aye.
it gets
Respect.
funnier. This is the best thing. This is the best thing. He goes, he says, so I'm still in the process of muffing her, and I'm like, I'm going to stick a finger in her ass.
Oh, Jesus.
He goes to stick a finger in her ass. Her ass hasn't walked for fucking like 10 years. And he's like,
no get away.
he's like trying to fucking force it into a wall. And I'm like, what world did you think I was going to work?
Permanent butt plug.
Fucking smarty tube. Oh, amazing.
But I was just, he said it was like, it just totally gave up. Nothing was working there. So,
Boy, him, man.
what a legend, eh?
Aye.
Told me I was in fucking stitches.
Probably made the lassie's night and all, know what I mean? Like, you know, grotesque.
He showed me a picture, mate. She's fucking smoke show.
And obviously he's a good guy, so he'll be seeing her again.
Oh, no, definitely. Fucking legend.
Is this on the first date?
Maybe
First day, aye.
Fair play, getting the bag out on the
Finger
first
in the
date.
bag.
Like,
Maybe take the wee, like,
not even
the wee cable. The
wee cable and finger in the hole.
Take the wee tube.
finger that.
See when she told me she had a bag, was this before he actually met her? Or like when the night
I was
he
going to
met
say,
her?
It was the night they met her, so they'd been talking, they'd had a few
That shit
drinks.
should be in the bio, man. I've got a bag.
I've got a bag. But he was like, listen, I don't take drugs, but if you want to take them, I'm cool with that. But he's like, no, it cost me a bag, you fucking idiot.
Brilliant.
To be fair, it's a bit out of fucking left field.
I know. But the last thing, you imagine, he never tell her, and she whips off the gear, and there she's just got a wee flapper.
What's that?
The fuck's this?
Oh, jink. You could go through it.
Fucking right.
They're
I'm in.
men. They're men.
I'm in.
You're already there, mate.
Mate, if it was full of shit, I'd be in.
No, you wouldn't.
I fucking would. I'm not smelling it.
A bag of shit just flap my boot as you're fucking...
She's on tab, it's just
I
fucking
was going to say,
slapping
you
me.
would improvise. You would
Gone to
just,
Brown Town.
just turn round.
Aye.
You just turn around.
No, but then the bag of shit would be slapping against her belly, slapping against your fucking
Tell it,
balls.
you had that. Had that in place. I don't want to hear that.
I've done that with the bag.
Donkey punched her for good measure.
Sam Rockwell. Just shit on her face and all.
So we've actually got a guest coming next week, and this was one of the two guests coming next week, and this was one of the things we've been speaking to the liaison, the people, the person that deals with them. We're like, listen, have you listened to her podcast before? She's like, no, I'll be fine. And we're talking about colostomy bags, guys, muffin, like so.
Aye, we're good guys. Normal talk.
As soon as I heard the story, I was like, tremendous,
of
tremendous.
course.
The podcast team, the podcast army has got to know about this.
Two Canadian hockey players play for the Clan. The captain and the enforcer who likes a scrap, so they should be good.
I'm looking forward to that. It's a bit different, eh?
I know.
Aye.
Like, we
Well,
normally
no,
never-
we love hockey, don't we? So
I know, but like Pastrana, let's go, man. Let's go, Pasta.
Pasta, yes. Oh, I wonder if they hate the Bruins.
Think so.
I guess it'd be like
What's their team?
One of them's a big Bruins fan.
Is it?
The captain.
The captain Dyson. His name is Dyson.
Well, I guess
What
if
name
you're like,
Dyson
I
is,
guess,
don't we?
I guess if you are a person playing hockey in a lower league, because I'm assuming like the NHL, NFL, no, NHL. NHL's like the fucking pinnacle, and then anything below that would be like a lower league. So I guess it would be like
I think
having
some
your
of
favourite
them,
team.
some of them have came to the NHL though.
Aye,
To
that's
Scotland.
pretty cool.
Mostly the Clan, a lot of foreign players. There's not much Scottish.
I don't
in there.
imagine there's a lot of guys learning hockey as a kid, unless you're Anton Murray.
It's a big sport in Canada, eh? That's like the prime place for it.
Mate, there's only one place for it,
Yeah.
and it's Anaheim with fucking Coach Bombay.
Who ducks?
Oh, mate.
Ducks together. Ducks fly together, innit?
My Bombay. What a guy.
I know. So, how's last week of training camp?
Fine. Aye. Again, I feel my missus the day she was like, you seem a bit. I'm like, what? She's like, I don't know, like you're just a bit negative, like you're not very happy. I'm like, no, I'm the opposite. I'm just ready to go now.
Aye.
I'm like, I'm having to go away tomorrow.
Leave tomorrow.
Aye, I'm annoyed at going away because my daughter gets upset. I took her to school this morning and she was fucking snivelling away, and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like,
You know exactly what it is.
I know what it is, and you didn't. And I'm like, I'm going to be home before you know it. She's like, I know, but you're still going away, and I didn't like that you have to go away. And I'm like, and it just makes me feel bad. And now I get annoyed, and now I'm annoyed at him because he's upset at my daughter, and it's just
His fault.
it's his
I love
fault.
going away. I don't know about you.
See,
I don't like being away from wee one.
So there's times where I've dropped her off at school and then I've had to go, and there's times where she's woke up and I've just gone, and it doesn't matter what it is.
I don't know which one is
it's
easier,
It's
eh?
not an easy thing for a kid because you're still going to war basically. Like you're still going to get, and then quite a lot of my fights I don't come back looking as handsome as I went.
It might not go your way.
You know
This
what I'm
is it,
saying?
and they know that as well.
Sometimes I come back with a couple of fucking shiners.
I think it's and now she's a wee bit bigger as well. But it was like, but you're gonna be home tonight, eh? I'm gonna be home. When do you go? I'm like, tomorrow. So you can drop me off at school tomorrow. Yes, I'll drop you off at school tomorrow. But then I'll be away.
Are you coming straight back on the Saturday night,
Aye,
or
I
do you
will
just
be.
travel back?
Aye, so long as everyone's cool, I'll just jump back in the car and drive up the road like I do. What?
You and the bold Dylan took.
Aye, big
You're
deal.
going out partying, mate.
No, definitely not. I said that to him. I was like, the hotel's booked till Sunday morning. I'm like, or Sunday afternoon. I'm like, do you want to stay? Is that your thing? Do you go for a beer or that? And he was like, no. He's like, if it's all right with you, I'd just like to get up the road. And I was like, perfect. I'm like, I won't fucking up the road today.
I do that as well. So if it's in the UK, I just drive.
Just
I
go,
know,
hey,
you
mate.
might
I
be.
didn't. Aye, you do.
Remember the night you were home? After your last night and everybody was fucking still going partying?
Aye.
I was raging about that though.
Did you want to be there?
I came home to party and
Were you more
Oh, man.
raging that or the fact that you missed the night out of Michael Bisping in Brazil?
Oh, definitely that.
Was that Cage
but
Warriors?
No, Brazil. Definitely Brazil.
Brazil.
What one in Newcastle? Cage Warriors.
Just there.
Aye.
Oh, really?
So I came home, all my mates came home in a bus, but they've been out for like fucking 50 hours or so.
So
so
they were
I was
done
like, right, where's the parties? And basically when they come home, they all just scattered home because they'll go to like the Rangers game at Aberdeen next day and stuff, all this stuff. So
Lights are phoning.
even my full household was still in Newcastle. and all these after parties, and I was just sitting in my bed myself, nobody.
Aye.
I was just like,
I had the wee man, so I just drove up the road too. I mind it, just like fin it right out.
I ended up
to
sleeping with
8
the
o'clock.
G4 boys, remember?
That's right, aye.
Woke up like, what
Aye.
the fucking hell's going on here?
But I got a nice message from Pizza Carol last night saying all the best, and I was like, oh, I'm away doing with Dylan Took, and he was like, oh, didn't catch any of that second hand. And I was like, well, I'm maybe on the way back up the road.
Is it knowledge that Dylan's been banned?
Aye.
Yes.
He done an interview.
He spoke about
Aye.
it, so it's fine. Aye.
How fucked up is that? Dylan's had
It's not bad,
a
man.
3-month ban for marijuana in his system because he fought in Paris. Fucked up, man.
Yeah, did we not talk about it last week, actually?
Did we?
Wee bit, aye.
He was going to get fucked
They
with 2
wanted
years.
to take his money and stuff.
Aye,
like that, aye.
2 years they wanted to hit him with. Imagine
Bad,
getting
like-
banned in this day and age for marijuana. Fucking
Silly.
hell.
I said to Pete, I'm going to, in August, I'm going to see AC/DC in Croke Park.
Mate, it looks fucking so good,
Croke
man.
Park.
I seen the play in London as well.
So I said to Pete, we'll meet up earlier. Maybe go to Blackford Gin for a steak and
Aye.
a patsy.
Mate, snap a photo of him as he just goes. Sorry, Pizza.
Was El Leo caught sniffing the gear at the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Oh, is this the one where his head's like tucked
Aye,
down?
aye,
with
he's
it?
like- he
it's
comes up
hard.
and does it.
It's hard to tell. Well, probably likes to party, mate. You didn't go fucking riding Margot Robbie unless you're cool, eh?
Has he actually rode a bit?
I don't know. Didn't the film? It's good enough.
Disney definitely does a bit of riding anyway, that's for sure.
She'd never been in a film before that. That's what I'm saying.
I was talking about, like, I had been reading another book, started another book about movies. It was like the best decade or the best year. And this book thinks 1999 was the best year for movies.
What was made then?
What we got?
There wasn't anything massive. It was just like a common, like a change of how films were getting made. So it was like Pulp Fiction. There was these art films were getting pushed. So like Blair Witch Project.
Big film, that, to be fair.
Aye.
Because nothing was like that before then.
And that's what they were saying. Maybe not the movies themselves are these massive blockbusters, but the actual concept or what was coming out then changed the movie industry.
Blair Witch was good at the time. Like, I remember watching it because I was only like 10, I think.
Aye,
And being like, fuck, is this real? Because you didn't know.
I think he was also in there that year. Brad Pitt and Norton, Fight Club, and it was a box office bomb. It died. It was not well received film, but it's one of these films that has aged well because it's the actual
I was watching
context
it a couple of
what
weeks
the film
ago, I
is.
think. See, just the beginning where he's just at the office getting fucking abused off the manager, and I just think, that's most cunts.
Most people's life. I think that's why they.
Aye, that's why it was so relatable, eh?
Aye, people like that working with us. But, so that's what they're saying. The best year was 1999.
I don't know about that.
Any
If
good films?
I agree with that one.
Any Given Sunday,
Yes.
The Bone Collector,
Oh, that's a fucking film.
For Love of the Game, The World Is Not Enough, The Trench, which I've never heard of,
The Bone Collector's good, man.
It is. It was a book.
Three Kings.
Aye,
that's
Stephen King.
What was it called
no.
when it was? Wasn't it called The Bone Collector?
It's called The
Is
Bone
it?
Collector.
I'm sure it's Stephen King.
I don't think it is.
Maybe.
Is The Bone Collector written by Stephen King? I do not think
Is it
so.
not called Lovely Bones or something like that?
No, that's a,
When it's a book. That's a different. That's the one
book
about.
for the girls.
I read that at school, mate.
Lovely
I
Bones.
did read that at school, I'm sure. Boy fucking murders the wee lassie. Is that one?
Devil's Knot, you seen that?
No.
Wasn't it by Stephen King, by the way?
Yeah, I didn't think it
Jeffrey
was.
Deaver.
I knew it wasn't somebody.
Jeff.
I knew it wasn't somebody I would know, but
The Lovely Bones is a book, though.
Aye.
What you're talking about, aye.
it's not about collecting bones. And Denzel Washington's not in it.
No. Like Denzel.
The guy in it's obviously white, but like as
Me
they
too.
do, they change movies up
Well,
and then made it dense. Big deal.
they do nowadays.
They've always kind of done it.
Aye, for sure. It's not a new thing. It's weird.
Like
that
the other book I'd read was I Am Legend. White guy as well
in the book.
in the book.
Will Smith's a good actor, though. That's all that matters.
He was back in the day, man. I think he's become a bit of a fucking poor man's
He's moved away from her now, though, eh? That lassie. Baldy.
Baldy.
Jada,
I can drop the B bomb.
I can call her Baldy, mate.
What were you going to say?
I was just saying Jada Pinkett Smith.
Jada
Aye.
Pinkett, aye.
Who
Do you
gives
think
a
that
fuck?
tainted him a wee bit as an actor? All that shit. Do you think that ruined?
Of course,
being able to
mate.
watch him?
You're away trying to work on a film and your wife's at home getting stretched off your fucking laddie's pals. It's probably going to play on your mind.
I feel bad for the laddie.
I know.
That's a callback. That's a callback to episode 1.
Young team's just in about your wife, mate.
She went, I don't know if she went with Tupac, but then she just spent
Loved him, eh?
the rest of her life just loving him. I'm like, all right, you've still got a husband in Wayne still. I mean, like, let it go, man.
Did he not find letters or something? Was that no another thing?
Will Smith found letters for Tupac.
Aye, that she wrote to Tupac.
It's crazy, isn't it? That was a thing back in the day. That's how that shit would get you caught.
Love letter.
no, the dirty text messages, the DMs. It's the fucking love letters.
I know.
I found this love letter.
Did you
It
ever
could be
see
from
the-
anyone.
Did you ever see the letter for his Wayne? Like, I think it was
That's
his
maybe what
daughter-
I'm thinking of.
His daughter Willow wrote a note, like when she heard that folk were saying Tupac was still alive. She wrote a note that was like, "Tupac, please come back. Mummy misses you," and all that. It was like, fuck.
That's fucked up.
Coming on.
Go on.
Hey, Tupac came on that baldy napper, man.
You would though, eh? Go to, mate. What am I doing here? Bullet game strong. I'm going straight for the dome. Would you ever look at you or turn round?
Whatever, as long as it lands in the head.
Get down on the ground
The back of the napper.
where you belong.
I'm throwing ropes here.
You stringy, aye.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm backed up for a few days, man. Went back a bit.
This will take an eye. This will take an eye.
So aye,
You want to take some questions from the fans?
well, if they're for the hockey team's liaison, probably not.
No, we opened it up to
Let's go for
to
it.
the audience. So, right, so this is for Trizzy official. Has Chris had the offer from the UFC? Is this something he's looking to do?
Definitely not had enough for the UFC.
You just signed another deal.
No, I've not signed it.
Did you not sign it?
No. No, I'm just looking to win this next fight.
You got on that
Take it
PFL.
for there, man.
One at a time,
Get
eh?
on that PFL action, kiddo.
I don't know what I'm doing yet. My focus is beating this guy, and then that's me won like 6 of my last 7 fights or something. So it's then we can start looking at
Negotiating
it, but
becomes a bit more.
I'd
in your
love
favour.
to. I'd love to walk out for the UFC with your name on your shorts and stuff like that. That's obviously
The pinnacle.
aye. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a dream, but I would love to do it. Put it that way.
Fair.
You never know what. There could be a late pull out. There could be anything. And
Fight game's
I don't
wild.
know. I don't
That's
know.
the thing. Fight game's wild, mate.
finish
innit?
this guy, go to 20 pro wins. I don't know. We'll see, man. But there's options there, and I'm looking to fight for another at least 4 years anyway. So I don't know. We'll see.
Next one's for all three of yous, which is, what is your dream fight location? I think you might have touched on this before, Paul. I think.
I know. I'm trying to think where I would love to walk out. Madison Square Garden. Square Garden. Like quite a lot of the big ones have been there. But then you don't want to pay that tax. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to pay that 50% tax, boys.
Where one do the Singapore shows. That looks mental, eh? That looks cool. I can't remember the name of the stadium. Is that not where you went, actually?
It was.
Aye.
And I seen them sing Zombie. That was awesome.
Aye. It looks wild for when one's there, and it looked great when the UFC were there.
That was.
I'd
one
love
of
to
the-
go to that part of the world.
That was like one of the coolest things. Where you going, Chris?
I'm going to say something different, but I'd like to fight in Boston, the Garden. I know you were at the show there, but I don't know, just big arena.
Who was it was fighting headlining that show?
Is it Holloway or something? No.
No, it was Halloween. Was in Singapore.
It was the Sterling O'Malley.
Sterling.
Was that there for that?
You were there, definitely there.
Fucking hell, man! I've
But
seen some shit. Go
obviously
down.
Bruins arena, but just Boston. I don't know. I'd like to fight there.
Talking about Boston, have you any seen the new TED show with a Boston accent? It's fucking brilliant.
Of those.
It's actually really good. The pattern in
Is
it's
it an actual series?
aye. The pattern in it's brilliant. If you got 30 minutes,
Seth
bang it on.
MacFarlane.
Aye, 30 minutes, bang it on. You'll not be disappointed.
Next one from Lewis Levitt. Do you get asked for square goes more than the average person? And if so, do you have a story about being offered out?
Never.
I've told the one where I get knocked out in the nightclub. Aye, it was a good experience. We all had a good time.
I got offered one on Saturday. with a wee guy, like a proper wee guy who was maybe 17, 18.
Does he know who you are?
No, he just got chucked out of the fucking club, and then he was determined to get back in, and he was just going to fight anyone to come back in. So
And he sent in the muscle.
People always ask you that, like, do people have a chance at we and I like do it, but they don't, man.
No,
Like, nobody offers us a fight.
Like, that was
I'm kind of alright
that was
though,
probably
like,
back
I'm
about
not
what,
Lampard.
10 years ago. And sometimes people are just full of the fucking
yeah,
sauce.
that's
And-
it.
But see if you get a cutting, like Hinksy's hard. We're not like that. We don't go about looking for trouble.
Aye.
And I didn't go anywhere. That's the fact. I'm only at work, and it's just wee bevied clowns. So it does happen, but it's very rare.
And you did a front kick, jab.
Ian Tom Aspinall said they get offered it, didn't he? We spoke to him.
It does happen. There's always going to be BAMs out there.
Aye. And then I guess it depends on what your social circle is as well. If your social circle is in a nice establishment, then there's a less chance of that. But if your social circle is full of fucking warmers and you end up in a place full of warmers, there's a good chance you're going to get fucking banjoed.
If I see Tom Aspinall and his pals out there, I'm probably going to fucking stay away from them, mate.
Aye.
They look mental and massive.
That's what I was going to mean. Like, if he's getting offered it, then it's probably
Aye.
most folk would.
I know.
This is a question for Big Lawson Lad, 1986. If you could make one change to the UFC, what would it be?
Head soccer kick.
Soccer kicks, aye.
I like that, man.
Aye. Because it stops this fucking grounded opponent pish. Soccer kicks, knees to the dish. If you're in a bad position, then fucking go to town.
I'd like to just legalise 12 to 6 elbows because
Aye. Here's a
there's-
question.
There's no point in no having it.
Aye.
Like,
Here's
you look
a-
to elbow at every other angle. It's the same fucking same
Same
elbow.
bone.
Aye, the same elbow coming on the head.
Here's something for you. Say, just hypothetically, it goes, you win your fight, you happen to get a one fight deal for PFL, no elbows. How does that work for the bad guy? He fucking loves his
It
elbows.
doesn't work.
So is the
So
reason
PFL, go fuck yourself. I'm not signing.
So there's no elbows.
No
any
elbows.
it's further because the format they do, isn't it? They don't
It's-
want people with big cuts and then
So-
being out for ages.
Aye, because you need to fight a couple
Because if you're
of
fighting,
months later.
if in the season,
Aye, you get that.
cut,
That sucks, so.
I know.
Like,
Think how devastating your elbows are in positions.
But you can knee,
that
but no
definitely a
elbows.
factor.
I know.
Me signing.
Not signing.
Dylan was talking about it not that long ago. He was like, it's fucking hard. He's like, you get to the position, you go,
Because young Mark Ewan's fight's just been announced as well, and he's obviously coming from Bellator to now fighting for PFL France. He's
Paris,
fighting in
yeah,
Paris,
yeah.
and no elbows.
No elbows.
Like I don't know how we've done it for so long now as a pro. Like how many fights you had as a pro?
30.
It's not even. It's
and
not
then they're
even
like,
just
by the way, no elbows.
Even do you remember when you were an amateur and getting to that position, just being
Right.
like, oh, and then as soon as you're allowed to use them, you just make use. You wouldn't even think you like cocking your hand back to punch. You just hit them. With
I
your
used to
elbow.
elbow there
The chest, aye.
as an amateur figure, just bring it down. I loved it, man. Aye, that sucks, man. But aye, you get it if,
for the
if
league
you win,
king,
you
aye.
fighting 3 times in a few months. I
know.
Just keep the rules all consistent with like the whole show, so everybody doesn't do elbows.
Aye.
You get it.
Right, last one we've got from D Mackay MMA. If you could take 3 skills from other fighters, what would they be?
I'll go first with this one. Cardio to Marab. This guy is insane, man.
Silly, eh?
So when we went to one of the fights. Well, I know you didn't last long at it in Vegas at the casino.
Oh, aye.
He main evented against Peter Yan.
That's
for
right.
5 rounds. Peter Yan, obviously, dynamite. And he just kept up this pace, was ridiculous. And I'm like, what? This is fucking weird. Then at the weekend, they fought Henry Cejudo.
He was silly.
And he's
eh?
wrestling. Like,
Henry for the first round looked good.
Yeah, he landed
Mate,
one
welcome.
shot.
Aye,
Yeah.
and then what happened was Marab just went,
That second and third round, though.
slipped down into 4th gear and just fucking zzz.
And the way he was training his wrestling against a guy
So
like
good.
Cejudo, Olympian wrestler.
It was very good.
See him with the guillotine as well, sticking his tongue out at
Aye, he was
Zuckerberg
kissing
and
his
that.
back in that. What about Zuckerberg?
Why is he even
Fuck,
there?
man.
Why is he even there in the corner?
He walked the Volker.
I know, mate. Like,
I don't know,
I see all the memes where he's like him trying to look like a normal person, not look like a robot. Like,
He's a
just
robot for
fucked
sure,
up.
eh?
Lizard, man.
He's a weird guy.
Like he just lives in this really weird fucking world where he gets to do what the fuck he wants. And I seen him over sniffing about Mackenzie Dern because remember the last time he bought out the whole Apex.
Was it no to go watch her the last
just
time,
to
too?
fucking sit and
Did you
beat
see
it.
what she'd won?
Aye.
Big.
Is that concussion?
No, but Limanos. What's her name?
Lamo.
Amanda Lemos
Amanda
doesn't
Lemos.
sound like Mackenzie Dern one bit.
But then she'll get concussion, CTE. She's like,
She takes a lot of shots.
But see
man.
when she took a shot and she just covered her face, like that was up your face. That's a woman thing to do.
Right.
It's the second time she's done that though.
Like,
Did that last fight.
God
too.
damn bitch.
see on,
I bet they'll check it anyway.
see on my Twitter or X, what the fuck you call it, somebody had said she's like the female Paul Craig. And I'm like, but I've also been compared to the male Mackenzie Dern as well, and I'm like, because I've got a good ass. I totally know it's my stand-up, and I'm like, you can't even come back for it. I'm like, nah. That's heartbreaking. Why did I even go on here? why did I go on here to compare to Mackenzie Dern and not that sweet ass?
Fucking X is brutal, eh? Or Twitter.
Aye.
It's this,
So you're going Marab's cardio?
I'd even I'd go for the weekend to Pori's boxing and Khabib's wrestling. I know Marab has got the wrestling as well.
I'd
But
take Henry Cejudo's ring craft, his actual like ring IQ.
like Ian Gary's just always moving.
I messaged James, my coach, on Sunday morning after watching it. I thought Ian Gary.
I thought he was good.
I thought he did. He played the game.
Aye,
Why would you? Why
he
would you
constantly ran?
Why would you stand in front of a guy who hits heavy? It does not make sense.
It's a split, eh? Just
Aye,
the
but
judges-
quite a lot of
it's a
people were
split.
thinking-
Yeah, wasn't he? That's what
I know.
who do you think won?
Oh, Ian
I
definitely.
thought
Right,
Gary
aye,
won
aye.
it by quite a distance.
But I seen there was people like saying no, it went the other way, and I'm like, nah.
He got mad booed as well, eh? Like heavy.
Mate, you got to lean into that shit. I think he's got to lean into it.
He went to the press conference after, and one of the reporters said to Dana White, like, "Oh, what about the reaction to Gary's fight?" And Ian Gary was there. He's like, "Hey, what about it?" I was like, "Fair enough, mate." He's
Like,
fucking,
I think he just leans into it. I just think he leans into it.
He's gonna
beats
have
it and just becomes the bad guy.
He kept
He's
showing,
eating that ass.
the misses all the time.
Mate,
I know, but
Mate.
why?
mate,
don't know.
mate,
Mate, send her a message.
mate,
Might get a reply. Come and watch.
Yes, aye.
mate.
Salt and pepper or Ian seed.
Stick a chair in the corner.
Oh, this is held a few days now.
Back yourself up until the flight hour. To Brazil. Well, we got to Brazil anyway,
She
mate.
is. She's fine. She's fine.
Ah, she's a good one.
She's fine.
Wee
She's
bit
also
older, eh?
about 50 or something, but
Wee bit older.
I'm
not
We don't discriminate against
She might have a
age,
bag.
sex, colour, creed. We don't care. We're leather boys, man. We're like 50. I'd do that.
aye, tag man.
I'd make sweet love to her.
Would stretch.
I don't think you would stretch. I think she's.
So what do you think, how Jinky does with Leon? Has he got to run away from Leon and do that for 5 rounds? Or Leon got to knock him out?
I don't know, man. I think it's
Because he's
very
up to
good.
number 5 in the rankings or something. He's called
he?
out Kobe.
I would like to. I thought it was a much better victory for him if he called out fucking Sean Strickland.
I think Chael Sonnen kind of let it slip a wee bit by
'Cause I think-
accident on his podcast, eh?
Kobe's coming off with a couple of losses, isn't he?
And it's going to be Colby and Gary.
Is it? Is it?
Well,
it's Chael Sonnen.
he said though that Colby's asked for him.
Has he?
So, and
If I'm Colby Covington, I'm going to win that fight as well because the guy's got a bit of shine. I don't mean shine as in a positive light.
He's been
at all,
spoken about,
but he's
for
got
sure.
he's got shine.
Think about the build up to that though. Kobe's got to fucking run some man.
I know. It's probably your best staying. See if you do Gary, be like, best staying away
He's
from
turned
him.
off all his comments though, so you can.
he?
Aye. That's
I
his-
should probably
that's his
do that.
all.
Mate, it's probably fucking non-stop though. It's probably constant, mate.
But
Can't
then-
use social media if you're
And
that guy.
that's the thing. Like,
Aye.
surely it's better having people talking about you in a negative light than a positive light. Any sort of like,
Talking about
imagine you're Bilal Muhammad. People only talking about him like saying, "Oh, who's excited to see him fight?"
Well, that's what they were saying. Leon got offered 3 opponents for UFC
And
300.
not one of them were him. No.
And Leon said yes to every single guy. All 3 guys went, yep, no problem, every single time. And then they went like, oh, was Bilal Muhammad one of them? And Dana was like, I don't know. So
Well,
like, nobody cares about Bilal.
If it was Bilal, we would know about it.
Aye. And it's a
What,
shame.
like, let's talk about 300 then.
Go on.
I like Jamal, and I think the fight's good.
You could have that in any card though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's a great fight.
It's no. Like,
You don't
for
think the fight's
for a
good?
300 for any other card, I'm happy with
Because
that.
it's no the circus that everybody wants. Somebody wanted
Conor McGregor, that's what people wanted, mate.
Johnny Shockey.
Right, here's the question: can you fire up 299, or even think about 289? Go and click in the last event. So this is this. Aye.
Great fight.
I've got a new
So that's
champ,
this
man,
weekend? Fucking what a card, man. This weekend.
What if it cost him? Man?
See the spinning fucking.
Wheel kick.
See when he asked El Bobby about it, he's like, what kick? He's like,
He was
but
a
you think
mess
about this is a
after.
card. Like,
Was
great
brilliant.
fight,
Was
great
brilliant.
fight, great fight. Even on paper, before the fights were actually announced. Can you go to the next card that's coming up?
Cejudo and Merab too.
Is it?
What about Taffy's bro
299?
filling in a day's notice? See that?
I know,
So-
that's cool.
His wee bra.
Aye, I
He's
saw-
sent his wee bra to get
Aye.
butchered in the feet, man.
Look at this for a card.
Kicked his leg clean off him.
Look at this for a card.
Aye, it's a fucker.
I know.
Winner,
We
winner.
did
You've got
say this.
MVP making his debut. You've then got fucking Gilbert Burns.
Just if you're doing it, just name them, just for people that are listening that can't
Oh,
see
sorry,
that.
yeah.
Oh, you can't see that?
Aye.
Aye. We said
I'm
this.
just going, this guy.
The white guy.
You've got Sonia Dong
Guy with the afro.
versus Peter Yan.
Curtis Blades,
Curtis
there too,
Blades is
mate.
making a comeback. Like, mate, the card is stacked. Right.
Gamrot as well.
Sean O'Malley versus Vera 2, which is another great fight. Hit 300 and we'll fucking be so disappointed.
Oh, it's my girl.
Oh.
You see, that was.
Ah, that's what I mean, man. Like, that is a great fight. Like, any other show, I'm tuning in to watch Jamal Hill versus Alex. And I'm excited to see it.
Let's just say you beat the guy that's headlining UFC 300, bro. No many can say that. Nobody can say that,
Right.
actually.
Nobody can.
Like the female strawweight titles, like, I'm like,
China.
you know what?
Not bomb.
Like, I'm not interested in that fight. I'm not interested in that female fight. And,
I like Zhang.
and Justin Gaethje
Fucking
versus
hits
Max
like a truck,
Holloway
man.
is fucking. I'm not interested in that.
You're no interested in
I don't want to
Gaethje
see
against
Max Holloway get fucked up.
Max could win that fight.
Max is no winning that fight.
You don't know that.
Right, guys, if you're betting with McBook at the weekend, do not bet Max Holloway.
This fucking thing, man.
I didn't fancy Max Holloway.
Gaethje's fucking. He hits like a truck. Poor Max Holloway.
Bang, Max
I
got a
didn't
good chin.
think poor Max Holloway, but at the same time, I'm like,
I just want to give him a cuddle and tell him everything's going to be all
I
right.
think he'll be there
This
to
is a
the
great
end.
fight. Rakic versus Prohaska. Great fight.
Oliveira and
Great fight.
Arman's a fucking belter, I know.
Sterling
That guy's
Cater's a good
stud.
fight.
Aye.
Like, they're good fights.
Carter and Sterling too.
But we
See
were.
what's the first fight in the first fight in the full card
There's Bo Nichols
is,
too.
is Cody against Figgy. That's the opening fight. That's insane. That's a headliner anywhere.
Aye, but here's what I'm thinking. It's 300, mate. I want to be fucking. I want to.
We
king
were told
man
it would be
this.
unreal. That's the problem.
That's a great card. Look at that card.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we were told it was going to be like nothing there's ever been. It is great. I think they fight.
So we just finished 298. We've got 299. And if we stayed in America, you'd have to pay for this shit. What card are you paying for? I mean, you've only like you're a wee boy. You're 15.
299. I'd pay for
100%. You're not buying 300. No, I'm saying you're not buying.
But
Obviously,
see over here, they'll probably fire that in the box office.
I know. But what I'm saying is, like in
TNT,
America, if you're paying for every single 288, 299, you're going to buy 289. You're going to buy 299. It's going to come with 300. You're going to be like, I'll catch that in the replay.
Am I right in saying 289 broke some kind of pay-per-view record?
Did it?
I think it might have.
You might have got a wee run.
289.
Aye.
That just
I'm
that
sure-
card there.
Aye.
89.
Sorry, 298.
298.
Apologies. CTE, bro.
It's all good. We've got Chris Duncan fighting this weekend, Scottish guy
That's
in
right,
Mexico
yeah.
City against a hard hitter. So
Who stays in Mexico?
somebody's getting knocked out.
My only issue is Chris is a heavy hitter who uses his cardio, and in Mexico City, it's a tough ask. You know what I mean?
I think he
like,
fought a much more measured fight in London.
he did, aye. And if he fights that same kind of fight, I think it's a much easier route to victory for him. But if he goes out there and just fucking tries to run with the wolves, then it's going to be hard to keep up that oxygen.
If you bet Chris Duncan,
Saturation.
you're doubling your money. So it's a good bet.
Is he really?
But I'm going to bet him. If I
I'll
was,
bet
if I was
him.
allowed to bet, obviously I'm not allowed to bet in the UFC.
I'm going to bet him with McBookie.
I always like to
bet
back
with
the
McBookie.
home team.
I did some big bets at the weekend.
you?
My boy Oben won. Oben Elliott done the Ric Flair promo after it. Then he met Chael Sonnen in the crowd.
I seen that, man.
Then
That's right.
Ariel actually hooked him up with Monday Night Raw tickets for the Monday. So he was at front row. Chandler called out McGregor.
I seen that. That was a bit
So
cringy.
Oben's behind him, like fucking loving life.
But I think the Yanks like that. They're right into that.
It's cringy as hell, man.
I feel like when Chandler's
Get
got a
your shit
promo, he's just
together.
always like squeezing everything out. Man.
And then when you see him talking normally, he's just like a really nice guy.
He has a side piece, man. He's been strung along so long.
I don't know.
Chandler could have had about 3 fights by now.
That's it. I mean, and like he's holding off and holding off. It's a fucking shite for him.
Dana's just saying like they don't know what's happening. Like
I know.
maybe in the fall.
And the last thing you want to do is take another fight and it doesn't go your way, or it goes your way and it puts you in a different path for fighting.
Obviously, he's got money clearly, like Chandler, but you still like to compete. You like to stay active.
He seems
make
that
more
guy as well.
But if you're seeing that McGregor numbers, then you're going to want some of that.
I know.
Nom, 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 nom.
It's, I do feel for him, like, because he's.
Piece of candy. Piece of candy just sleeping.
So I was going before this. I went and had some lunch, and there was a girl just about to cross the road, and I said, my partner was in the car, and I said, "Look at the size of her suckers." And she went, "What?" And I went, "She's got big tits." And she went, "No."
Just
she went,
go who you're sitting with.
"No." She went, "You said suckers," and I was like, "Aye, what's up with that?" And she's like, "That's wrong." And I was like, "They're fucking massive."
You want to soak them?
Others I like.
Suckers, man. I never even clicked on it. Me like why I said it.
Heavy.
Is it one of the ones you were driving and you said
Aye.
it and just went,
Heavy.
here we go.
This is not the person I thought it was. Had you backtrack?
Aye.
Did you watch True Detective?
I've not seen this week's True.
Right, we'll talk about it next week then.
Is it good? Are we getting closer to any sort of?
I just had high hopes for it, to be fair, as a series. The acting's alright, but I don't know.
Gary Thompson did mention that Hingy's going to be in it. Your man Matthew McConaughey. That's what you said, and I was like,
No, I think he's just like a producer or
yes, I've seen he's a producer, but that's what's been spoke about. I don't know where he fits in because they're saying the first True Detectives has got similar.
Right.
I don't know.
No, I've seen it.
I've seen the first one, but
I've watched it all.
is that it finished?
This is the last one.
Ah, shit, man. Well, that's
well, there's no acting in it.
But I was so fucking high last night. The last half an hour, I was just
Maybe I
like,
didn't.
I was just like, what's going on here? Then I woke up, so I'm like, hey, what happened to the day?
Brilliant.
Aye, I just zooming out, man.
I'm fucking chat.
Is that good?
I was expecting better for it. I was, but have your own opinion, then we can talk about it.
I'll check it. I'm balls deep in Yellowstone, mate.
So
It's
good,
so good. It's so good.
Wait till you go into the spin-offs and all, you're going to fucking...
I'm going for
I've
it for
only
the,
started season 2.
I'm going for it for the next 2 days.
Yellowstone?
Just beast it.
Just because I'm
Just to start it?
aye. So but I know what's going to happen is I'm going to watch one and I'm going to, and I've not been wanting to sit up late at night and things like that. Like,
You're
'cause
going to want to sit up late tonight.
I'll watch
And
one
see
and then I'll
because
just
they're
be like,
another.
I'm going to fucking watch it.
And then as soon as you see Beth in that fucking tub, you're like,
Trough.
So I'm like, I've got basically
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, and all day Saturday to fucking fill time, and you don't want to just sit and do fuck all. I hate doing nothing anyway.
well,
so
you're in good hands with Earl John.
Aye.
John Dunn.
Is there any films that you've ever watched that's made you feel uneasy and like you don't want to watch it again?
I can't think of it.
Because the lassie that plays Beth, like I watched a film called Eden Lake that she was in. You seen that?
oh, I think I've watched that.
I think like is it Plan B is in it or
Can you fire up?
I fucking
Jack?
killing me.
See if he skins Jack. What'd you call him?
Whitehall?
No. Jack O'Connell. So, aye. So if you've not seen this, Fassbender's
Michael
in-
Fassbender?
Right. So if you've not seen this, I actually don't want to ever watch this again. But when I just watch it, I don't want to tell you much, so you can go in blind to it. But it's quite hard. Like after it makes you feel uneasy about it, the ending and stuff. So she's in that, and every time I see her in Yellowstone, I'm just always remember that film. But she's in actually quite a lot of things.
I hated
She was in
Hills Have
Flight.
Eyes
She was
as
in
well.
Flight with Denzel as well.
Binge.
And that was
But
rotten.
she's really good. But she's got some nine darter on her, man.
She's got some suckers.
Can't say suckers, by the way.
But see when she's in that trough, man, Jesus.
Like Fassbender and all. So
I like you a Fassbender.
Have you seen it? No, you didn't like. It's good.
You've
I loved
seen some,
Skins
you've
when I
seen
was
some
younger.
films, man.
Aye, aye.
Film that makes me feel uneasy is that Girl in the Basement.
Aye.
That was, I couldn't watch
What
it.
one's that?
Never seen that.
It's a true story about like a 18-year-old lassie that her dad basically just keeps her.
Fritzled.
They're just letting him out, mate.
Fritzel.
Aye, they're letting him go. Fucking- honestly, is he out now? Aye, they were going to let him go. I saw that on the news.
How long's he been in?
Not that fucking long.
How's he no deed? Like,
He's old, like.
Mate, he knows how to keep people alive in a confined space. He's got the skills.
survival.
He's got the survival in the fucking.
Killed a couple of the kids, didn't he? Or they think he did. I don't know if they convicted him of that, but he was a fucking bad dude, like.
What was it? George Washington. Did he know like he had his wains were slaves, but he only freed like 2 of them or something? He had another 10. Why do you know him freeing your own wains?
He had like tunnels under. They say he did. I don't know.
George
if it's
Washington
true.
isn't the president.
Aye, became the
Yeah.
president. He was a slave owner, mate.
His
Aye.
teeth were like he had slave teeth in.
Aye.
He took slaves
So
and put them in his own.
but do you know they used to tell kids at school they were wooden? They weren't they? They were just, he took them out of their mouths and put them in.
Ah, shit, man.
And that was what a lot of people did that back then. No, just so, like in general, they would.
But then
take
there was
teeth.
there was slavery.
Aye,
was
So they had 10
big back
wains, but he only freed like 2 of them.
Aye, with the slave women. What's it? They had a name for them, eh? I can't even remember what they have. Like a name that they call these women who they work in the house and they fucking
House?
It'll come back to me. No, but
They're like
that's-
for Django.
well, but every single one they found in fathers owned slaves. I'm sure all of them did.
Basically, he's just picked a favourite and like, you gotta go to college, but you
Get dishes done.
back to the tunes.
The ones who give them the back chat. You're staying.
You're making sweaters.
I think we should change from being an MMA podcast to being like a factual history podcast. Don't you think?
We're not bad, eh?
Aye,
We're
aye.
not-
No, use that. You
We dropped the knowledge.
I do. It's a bit gimpy, eh? Did I tell you after the Highland Fling thing I went to that?
Aye, the Battlefield
Killy
thing.
Cranky Battlefield. My son was like,
Seeing the actual Patreon video, it's like,
Aye.
can I see son?
Did
Is
I
this
say
the
that?
actual the Battlefield's that? No, that's up to the left. Up. All right.
Is this when we were in the car? I've not watched the video for
I've not
the
watched it.
guys who are part of the Patreon. The video's going up this week. It's up. It's live now. It's out tonight.
It'll be up by the time this podcast.
So by the time this podcast comes out, there will be
It's a good
new-
laugh. Is
it fun?
It is a good laugh. I watched it.
What's one of the best bits here?
Battlefield's pish. It's just a field with a big stone in it. That's it.
What were you expecting, Deed
Don't know,
Bodies?
it's kind of that every single time I go to one. It's the same thing every time. Big flat field, hill at one side.
Oh look, there's a sword.
Same every time.
What happened there?
Just the fucking mind it. So remember when we were at the bridge and you could see like basically the hillside, all the sort of Highland troops came
who fought
down.
there?
All Scottish people. So
Right.
Scots who supported the Union and Scots who wanted to break away. But it was like a Catholic army and a Protestant army, and they just fought each other.
All right.
Aye, pretty shite.
It's basically still happening now.
Exactly.
Aye.
Exactly.
Very much,
Aye.
right.
So a lot of cunts deed
Well,
over
fair
really.
play.
Aye.
We're top of the league.
But it's always the same thing. Big slope, flat field, meet in the fucking middle. Big stone where the boy Viscount of Dundee was.
Was he?
Got killed. aye.
Apart from
he
the
got.
Battle of Stirling Bridge,
Well, they didn't know where it was really, because it's not the same bridge.
it's not the one they use.
Aye. But same with Bannockburn. They didn't know where that was either. It's in here somewhere. Don't know where though.
They put a big flagpole there, though.
Aye, but
I've been there.
aye, they're guessing. But it's a fucking long time. 700 years.
Aye, it's like, I think it was you. So what was some of the highlights?
Aye,
of the
sorry.
video?
I think it's just the build up of like who's gone next and stuff. Ross is like, I forgot that he actually went back a couple of
Aye.
times. That was funny.
Did you-
You're just
that's
like,
right.
you're just
mate.
like, aye, no chance. Scrapped it. I'm the back laughing. It's hilarious to watch. But looking back at it, then you're like, it was all right.
It was a good
but
day.
when you're
like
up there now,
better than
it's-
good. It was a fucking great day.
I was shitting myself just walking along the bridge.
Aye.
No, the birds. Fucking hell.
Oh, the pigeons, aye. See, in Queensferry, under the rail bridge, they've got a walkway exactly like that, just wide enough for one guy. I remember when they've caged all in now, but when we were little, we used to climb up and who'd like walk along the furthest type thing. But it was obviously like the workman's walkway. But it's fucking stupid when you think about some of that stuff, eh? At least we were all like harnessed in it.
See on their website though, that the people doing it in the dark, I know they've spoke to you about maybe doing it. It looks terrifying.
I looked on their TikTok.
Just drop them into the darkness, like, wow, I don't know.
Seen the
I don't
people-
know if I would be game for that.
Tied together ones. Seen the ones with the people
See the
tied
ones
to-
fucking forward flip off it and all that
Aye.
shit.
I think
just showing off.
I think
like
next time I would
handstands
do
and
it, I'd do something cool.
all that. They sound stupid, would you?
Do you think you could handstand off though?
I don't think I need it. No,
I think I would fuck the like.
Bang like this.
Aye.
Don't know your fingers and all that. Fucking
Get
get
off.
pussy.
Well, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Do you
I
think you were going to shit it?
I thought no. I thought you would.
Did you? Is there any Gary Thompson image? Is it him?
Has John's in it?
Is him just?
Aye, Gary's in the video.
Yeah, I sounded to send him it.
Billy Clinley.
I thought you would walk to the end and then they would just go whoop, off you go. Do you know what I mean? In case there was any staggering or stopping or whatever. But
Some of the footage is brilliant, by the way, isn't it? So that is a Patreon exclusive. If you would like to become a Patreon subscriber, then check in the link in our bio and check in. We've got some cool videos. We've got us doing the. Have we ever put out the Wreck-It Room?
No,
Remember we done that?
that was cool. That was the first one we did.
Aye.
Yeah.
Hey, the guys in the Patreon will get a Wreck-It Room coming. But we've done the. We've done the
Escape
jump.
room.
We've done the escape room where I fucking scratched my back. We
Table
did
28.
the axe throwing,
Burger
the
challenge.
Burgers. Aye.
burgers. There's some fun stuff in there for all the family.
I'm a bit of one for us.
Aye.
Aye. I'll keep it.
And
I'll keep it. Don't
we've obviously
say
been
it.
speaking to the
It's made a
guys
fun one,
from
The clan.
the clan and potentially hooking something up with the clan and doing something there. So there will be more stuff coming out. But my advice is, if you have not already became a Patreon subscriber, then check it out. There's 2 levels. There's keep it high and keep it low.
There's a lot of content there already as well. So you're signing up to about 50 videos or whatever.
And loads of chat in the Discord.
You've got, like,
Discord's very popular.
The dark
You've
arts.
got like footage for our fights and our weight cuts and behind the scenes stuff. So
Aye,
it's,
there's the footage of you. Is it split up into 3 sections?
Aye, so 2 parts are out, and the third part of the Newcastle documentary will be out very soon.
Yeah, and then obviously there's my weight cut and the whole process that goes into that. There's some really good content. Check out
Rossi's,
the Patreon.
Exclusive stuff that nobody else has got.
leather team win.
Fighting out the leather podcast.
Is there the whole fight on it?
Aye. In the Miners Club.
Yes.
But see, I remember before I had started watching fighting, I did used to think like, what goes on through the back and what is.
So
like,
if
what
you're a
are they
fight
doing?
fan, check it out. You'll see the weight cut process. You'll see the fight. You'll see all this build up towards what it becomes to be a MMA athlete.
Also, if there's anything you guys want to see the boys do, then give us a wee comment and let us know.
Hey, no more heights, please.
Do you prefer the swing or the bungee?
None of the 2 of them.
Didn't you like either?
No, they were both
If you had to
fun.
pick one, Chris, what would you? If you had to do one, what did you enjoy the most, you think?
Probably
The first
bungee.
one.
Aye, the
First
bungee.
one.
Aye.
Because I didn't think I was actually going to do it.
But see the thing is, see after you've done that bungee, anything else is kind of.
Aye.
I like to switch.
Shit.
See, with just the.
The sudden drop of that
Aye.
swing is fucking terrifying. though.
It's like pure sucks all the air out. Yeah, like.
We've also got we did the zip lines as well, didn't we? Is there any
Zip
good
lines
footage of
was a
that?
good laugh.
Did we speak about me commenting on the females that worked in the place? And I forgot I had the video.
There was a couple of dump trucks there, like.
I'm talking about it like, what are the man?
We're hot mic'd up.
And then we were hot mic'd up. I had the footage.
I don't know if that's in it. The zip line is in it off of your point of view. 'cause
Aye,
you had
the thing is,
Aye, that
they've
camera.
got all the footage. They're like, they've actually.
Oh, because it's
they've
their
actually-
camera. Eh?
And it was just, I was like, ah, shit.
I was talking about the Sookers.
Aye.
Wait, is it right at the end?
Aye.
Is it right as you come off?
No, me and him are on a big.
We're clutching this tree.
In the tree, aye.
We're trying to shuffle around.
That very well could be in it.
We're shuffling around, and I was like, "You see how fast it is?" And he's like, "He's a fucking belter in it. I'd fucking stretch it." And then I go, "Ah, fuck, we've got the camera."
You got the ladder first. We are fucking.
So I
really
check out
bad
the
people.
Patreon, and if you want to see us do anything exciting, then drop the Leather Boys a message, and we're more than happy to think about it.
What about the Iron Claw? You seen this advertised?
I've
Out the pictures.
I've only seen like the
Supposed to be
images
amazing.
of what's his name,
Zac
Zac
Efron.
Efron looking buff.
Do you know who they were?
No, some sort of wrestling team.
Aye. One of them was, I'm sure it was a Texas Tornado.
What's the
Remember
story?
him?
What's the actual story of the movie?
I think it's just about their life basically and the families, the 2 of them. I think one of them is a bit of a psycho though, but I don't know who Zac Efron's playing.
Right, I think that's always the same when it comes to wrestling. There's one that's
Seems
a wee
to be,
bit,
yeah.
it's the one that's a wee bit ballsier than the other.
But it's, all the ratings and the reviews have been really good on it, so I was thinking about maybe go to the cinema to see it.
I want to go and see that Argyle.
It's a
It's the one about the cat. It's got
cat.
Henry Cavill's in it.
Henry Cavill's in it. He's not the guy. It's,
Matthew Vaughn that directed it.
it's the, you know, the guy who I like is. Pull him up.
Pull that shit up, Jamie, for the last time.
One last time.
He's the guy who is in.
Specky roaster, you man. Get out, pull up.
Get it all out, Bungy, mate. Get it all out. You know about what day anyway.
So
We'll
this
listen-
is
we'll listen to Jamie,
this
man.
is going to be
I'll
Jamie's
wake up
last
to text
episode.
that.
It's been some adventure, mate. You've
It's been a pleasure.
We
boys.
made it to 50 episodes.
Well, we did make it to 50. This is 52.
Is it?
Right. Well, no, maybe this is 51.
We should have maybe
you took
done
it-
something for 50.
You took us under your wing, looked after us.
Jamie's
edited
seen us
that
do
shit
some
like a
bad
G,
things.
and we're hoping they're going to bring in some new.
So for
Some-
those who don't know, Jamie's gone down. He's looking at 5 to 10 years for
Wolfpack Hunters got
sexual
him.
harassment. He was caught
Don't worry, he signed an NDA, so you can't say nothing
He
about
was,
these.
was caught masturbating outside the Chuck E. Cheese in holiday.
Did you find that? Did you find that guy? The guy that's in. He's in Seven Psychopaths.
I know who you're talking about.
I like him, Sam Rockwell.
Aye.
I like him. And in
brilliant,
fact,
man.
do you want to
Hold on a minute, it's about a cat. Cat?
Cat,
C-A-T?
yes.
What's about it?
I don't know. The cat's something.
Is that right? Superhero shit?
It's a talk.
No, it doesn't. It's just a normal cat. I think it's to do with like
The Garfield?
writing a
Reclusive author who writes an espionage novels about a secret agent and a global spy.
but it turns out to be real. It turns out to be based on
Don't know, there's
it's-
a cat in the poster.
Cat burglar?
So it's what's going on has actually happened, and they think she knows, so they're trying to kill her.
Right. But
So
murder mystery.
I finished reading. Yeah, and he's ever read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I know I've got like 4 or 5 different books in the go. Sometimes I'm like, I kind of like a wee
No,
story.
but I know what it is.
Right, really good book, fun. And then I was like, man, they made a movie back in the day, so I watched it, and Sam Rockwell was in it. Now, I don't know if you might watch this high, but it was fucking good.
Sam Rockwell's a great actor, man.
Yeah, brilliant in it, and it's got the guy for The Hobbit and The Office in it. Go pull it up here.
The guy from The Office died.
I seen that, the big fat guy. What's his name?
Is it Martin Freeman?
Martin Freeman. Zoe Deschanel as well. Great film. Great film when you.
Bill Bailey in it?
I think he's just a voice.
Voice, the whale.
Most Death,
So the graphics in it. So when was this made?
2005.
Right, so it's a relatively old film, but the actual graphics still hold up. I was like, and it's more rubber suits and all that kind of shit. Mate, it was fucking brilliant. I watched it in the bath.
You've not seen that other one? That Argyle or whatever?
No, I would like to see that. So aye, that was my 2 cents. But I'd advise watching it. It was kind of cool. Where I was like, this is fun. Guys, if you have been involved in a non-fault accident and it's not your fault, there is only one person you should be calling. And who is that, Ross?
G4 Claims.
And where can we contact these people?
You can get them at 01698 767 172.
Or if you don't have a phone in this day and age, where could you go?
Not at faultclaim.com.
Or the link is in the bio if you have been involved in a non-fault accident. Why would you choose G4 Claims? Well, they make it so much easier for you. They will give you a courtesy car for your full claim. Not only that, you'll get 100% of your claim, so it makes sense. And Ross, one more time for that number.
01698 767 172.
And the website.
Not at faultclaim.com. One of our long-term sponsors, Anaconda Fightwear, have sent us some products. We've been using Anaconda now for probably close to a year. Got Chris through his last fight camp, and they have some new stuff for sale. Chris, what have you got over there?
Well, here we've got the elbow pads and wrist. Also,
I've got the OG. You cannot go wrong without the knee brace.
you also got the ankle as well, so a bit of everything, because let's face it, if you're doing jiu-jitsu, you'll be eating everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and I use this one as well, the ankle one's good.
And this is their new product, isn't it? A shoulder brace. So everybody, myself, I've got some pretty smashed up shoulders.
Have you wore this in training yet?
No, I've not used one yet.
So, it's got a nice wee bit of padding. Have you seen this? Huh.
You using any of them now, Chris?
Just the knee brace.
Everyone.
I'm held together with Anaconda.
Also, Chris got the joggers on. We got new tracksuits last week.
Hard round.
Got the t-shirt on. Same as Joey Diaz had on the last JRE.
Representing. He's also bringing
Is this
out
going to
a new gym bag as well,
Oh.
which keeps your stinky shit mixed up with your clean shit. Like you're fucking
How's that feeling, Paul?
strap my gun on now.
Feels like my shoulder. Like, get that fucking darts. Get the darts suit, boys. Get the R, is it?
So, you can buy any of these Anaconda products on anacondafightwear.co and you can put in the code LEATHER10 for 10% off. They also have any two products for $59.
No, Anaconda, it's definitely some issues that come with the sport of mixed martial arts, combat sports, and they've definitely got products out there that will definitely help the everyday punter of mixed martial arts or combat sports. So why not check them out? And Ross, one more time, where?
anacondafightwear.co.
Keep it Anaconda. Guys, if you are looking to bet on this week's UFC, why not check out McBookie? They've got some good competitive odds, and if you are a Leathered podcast listener, you can
click on the link in our bio. You can deposit £5. You get £20 worth of free bets to play through. That's only if you click the link on the Leather Podcast.
Now, if you are a UFC fan, then bet with McBookie. If you are not a UFC fan, there is other offers out there. Why not check out some of the PFL Bellator cards that's happening this weekend? Keep it McBookie.